Hi everyone, it's Professor Gibson. I wanted to give you a short video here about how to work these questions when they ask you for the size of a payment. Okay, so you see this is right out of the homework. The question you get probably won't have these exact same numbers in it, but otherwise it'll be the same question. So let's look at it over here. All right. So in this whole finance unit, there's some things with different kinds of interest. It starts out with simple interest. I rarely get any questions about that. I'll leave the videos in the book to talk to you about that. There are some situations in real life where we get simple. It comes up mostly in real life. Most loans and things are what is called compound interest. All right. Anytime if you borrow money for a car or a house, it'll be compound interest. Student loans, when they're being deferred, there's an element there that's simple, but for the most part, how much you're paying, once you start paying it, is actually compound. And then within the compound, there's two kinds. There's one kind of question where there's a single amount of money given, okay, either now or in the future, and then you're going to use this, and you're going to use a formula for that. There's another type of question, it's like this one here, though, where you notice you see it says the periodic payment. This is an annuity. What that means is there's a series of payments every month or every week or even every year, sometimes every half year, okay? And so they're going to give you a bunch of information and ask you for the payment size. Well, there's a formula. They give it to you in the book and the videos. It works. You're welcome to use it. But it's messy, and a lot of people have trouble getting it into their calculators correctly. So you see I'm here in Excel now. I'm going to show you how to do this one in Excel. Okay? So let's do this. Go to any blank cell, like I've got my cursor here now in a blank cell, right? Type equals, and PMT, short for payment, is the command. Type an open parenthesis, and you'll see it brings up, it's telling you here what it wants. So the first thing it wants is the interest rate. It wants the rate per compounding period, right? So the most common one is monthly. This one's weekly, right? See it says compound weekly up here. So what you do is you type in the rate as a decimal, 0.0915, and divide it by the number of times you compound in a year. Since this one's weekly, we're going to divide by 52. If it had been monthly, I would have divided by 12. All right. So there's my rate. Type another comma. Now you'll note that the rate was bold now and per is bold. This is the number of periods, right? The number of periods in the loan. And you see this one says 36. And again, weekly is 52 times a year, so I'm going to multiply by 52. There's the number of periods. Now I'm going to type a comma. Now you'll notice that present value went bold. The most common form of this question, they give you the present value, but this time they gave us the future value. And you see it's the next option. So what you need to do is just type another comma. It'll skip right over present value, and we can put in the future value, 2.2 million, so that's 2,200,000, like that, right? Close parenthesis. 149.62. Go back over, I'll show you. 149.62. All right, bingo. Okay, now for another thing. So let's say, just so you see what I'm talking about, let's say instead of saying future value, this one had said present value. Okay, so I'm going to copy this down here so it's the same thing. Now the difference, if you come up here, you see where we did the comma thing? So I'm going to delete all that back, and we're at the point where I would enter the value. Let's hit this. Let's see what we go up with here. I was hoping it would show us the, there we go. See, present value is lit up again up here. So this time, instead of entering a comma, if this were a present value instead of a future value, I just put in the amount there. Okay? Whoops, what did I do? Okay. All right. Okay. So for future value, you just put in another comma at the present value, and then put in the future. For present, you just put in the value. All right. Either way, you've got it. I hope you find this helpful.